Day 4 means round 2 of action on the terre battue, and we welcome all of you for another edition here on Live at Roland-Garros.
Roland-Garros.com, the official app, YouTube and Facebook. That's where you'll find us nightly. We are delighted to once again be joined in the Live at Roland-Garros studio by former world number 5, Daniela Hantuchova. And we are also going to try and squeeze all of this into the rest of the show. It's Roland-Garros match win number 88 for the King of Clay.
And the Swiss maestro, he was victorious as well.
And with world-class players to watch, we go behind the scenes with the Japanese press.
Well, Daniela, last night we were talking about round 1 nerves, right? And everyone now has completed a round. Now we have players into the 3rd round, but some tricky matchups in the 2nd round when you get into the slams.
Yeah, I mean, this is where, for the top players, the nerves starts to go slowly away. They're still there because, you know, being in the 2nd round doesn't really mean to them as much. And after winning today, they kind of start to have a feel where their game is at, what they need to still improve. But, you know, this is where it starts to become nicer for them, and obviously with less pressure.
Some sad news that came through a few minutes ago now. Kiki Bertens coming into a Grand Slam for the first time as one of the favourites to lift the title. She had to withdraw from her match. She was 1-4 down against Victoria Kuzmova, and she told the doctor, Daniela, she was feeling dizzy, she had no energy, she just felt too weak and she couldn't continue.
Yeah, talking about pressure, expectations, nerves, I mean, this is what sometimes the Grand Slam can do to you, because she was one of the contenders to win the title, actually. And sometimes when you put that much pressure on yourself, all kinds of things can go wrong. Also, she might have maybe eaten something not right the night before or 2 nights before, and all those little things can affect your state big time. Also, if you thinking about the matches too much, mentally you're not really right there. So it's an unfortunate day for her, and obviously very disappointing, because she must have felt like she had a huge chance here to go deep in the tournament. So let's just wish her well, and hopefully she will be able to recover as soon as possible.
Absolutely. So the Slovakian Victoria Kuzmova will go through to the 3rd round. It's time to find out what Eli is up to, because the weather has been great today. There is so much tennis taking place. Eli, you didn't really know where to start. So what did you decide on in the end?
Well, I had some intel that this was the place to be. I ran to Simone Mathieu, and it's a good thing you came to me right now. It is tiebreaker. Tiebreaker is starting now in the 4th set between Marin Cilic and Grigor Dimitrov. Marin Cilic up 2-1. Huge match. Remember, this match 18 months ago, people, would be number 3 against number 6 in the world, and number 3 would be Grigor Dimitrov. Today, it's number 13 against number 46, and number 46 is Grigor Dimitrov. So he's been on a downhill. It's tiebreaker just kicked off now. They've been playing for 3.5 hours. The Simone Mathieu court is packed. There is not one empty seat. Everybody is standing. In all the corners, there are people standing, because there are alleys that go around the court, so people can actually stand like in the old days and watch. It's great. There's an awesome atmosphere, and I don't know if we can see, maybe if we can see the hotel that's across the street. Tu peux lever un peu? Can you go up a little bit? There are people watching from the roof of the rooftop of the hotel Molitor that's across the street. Yeah, great place, great tennis. 7-6, 6-6. It's 1-0 Dimitrov in the tiebreaker. And this could be the end of Grigor Dimitrov, or we could be sailing into a 5th set.
Eli, we love the yelling, the whispering. It's the roller coaster into your microphone. Hey, who's the crowd for? Because it looks absolutely packed. Who are they supporting right now?
There isn't really clear support. They're just supporting that. They want to see a 5th set. They want to get their money's worth. They're getting it. They got it. But they want to get even more. There's one guy who's for Dimitrov, Radek Stepanek, sitting in the side, his coach. He's like on his feet every single point. Remember, Radek Stepanek, he was coaching Novak Djokovic when Agassi was coaching Djokovic, and then Agassi coached Dimitrov, and now Stepanek's coaching Dimitrov. Dimitrov. So I wonder if there's something going on there. Anyways, I gotta go because we gotta rush to Suzanne Lenglen, which is the exact opposite of the stadium.
Strapping on the running shoes. Thank you so much, Eli. Off he goes. And we're going to keep an eye, of course, on live action around the grounds. But let's go ahead and look at results from today. And Gigi mentioned at the top of the show, 88 wins now for this guy, Rafael Nadal, peeling off his jacket to reveal, well, what we were told is a lemon top, but it is fluorescent, it's neon, and Rafa was on fire today, Daniela. He wastes no time in this match against Yannick Maiden, who is the world number 114, the 29-year-old journeyman, but Rafa just too strong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Rafa needs a visible shirt to be visible at Roland-Garros. I think the results on the court proved that over the years, and the way his forehand was working today and his first serve, it's something he's been working on extremely hard in the off-season. It's been incredible in today's match. So whoever is facing him in the next round, you know, they might be having a really close look at this match and try to figure out some kind of tactics. Honestly, I just don't know what I would do if I had to play at 1 point against Rafa, not a match.
Thing, isn't it? How do you coach someone? You're going out there. What do you tell them to do against Nadal?
I guess not to miss a point.
Good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
That next opponent is going to be David Goffin, and Goffin does have one career win against Rafa, but Rafa 3-0 on clay against Le Goff.
Yeah, it is a tough task for David Goffin, and we're going to find out how he got on a little bit later. But we're going to move to the 2009 champion, Roger Federer. He looked sublime today, wandering out on court, just waving to the fans, as just made his way slowly out there. But there was no trouble at all against the qualifier from Germany for Federer.
Yeah, and I just wonder what's going to happen now, because obviously he did not go on the practice court yesterday on his off day, and as we all know, players like to keep their habits the same way. So are we just seeing now Roger not practicing on his days off for the next 12 days or so? No, I mean, again, it's just so beautiful to see him, how much he's enjoying playing on clay. You know, for quite a few years, we saw a little bit of frustration from Roger. So I think it was a good thing for him to have all this time away from clay, and now he actually appreciates it much more to be back.
And it's amazing, he hasn't played it since 2015, but he has the second best win record here. That was win number 67 on the clay of Roland-Garros.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. I mean, we always talk about, obviously, Rafa and Novak, but we must not be forgetting Roger on this kind of surface. And also, he said it many times himself, that it's a surface that he grew up on. So there is no reason why he shouldn't play well on it, and he does. I mean, so that's why he's got just as well a chance to win this tournament, just like the other two guys.
That match was earlier this afternoon on court, Philippe Chatrier, and the first match on that court today was Sloane Stephens. She was the runner-up here last year. And Danielle, this got complicated in set 2 after Sloane led by a set and 3-0.
Yeah, it got a little bit complicated, but it was a good thing that she was tested in that second set. And as you said, Nick, we must not be forgetting her. She made it to the finals last year, and this is where the deeper she goes in the tournament, the more dangerous she's going to be, because suddenly all the beautiful memories from last year, even though she hasn't lifted the trophy, still had a great tournament, it's going to now come to her, and she's going to be feeling more and more comfortable.
Former champion Gabina Muguruza, after this win, said if you don't play well, you go home fast. She played very well. Her coach Sam Sumik there, 1 hour and 4 minutes, but it doesn't get any easier. Next up, Elina Svitolina. Now, Svitolina had a walkover earlier today, so Muguruza Svitolina is a third-round match.
That is one to watch for sure. This one was one to watch on the men's side today. Nishikori taking on Tsonga on court, Philippe Chatrier, and actually Tsonga had a 3-0 lead in the fourth set, but it's the number 7 seed who comes through 6-4 in that deciding set, and 50 unforced errors from Tsonga. But the Japanese, the number 7 in the world, he moves through, and he next has Laszlo Gira, the clay court specialist.
Next up for you, we have Rafa Nadal's next opponent, David Goffin. He's come through really well in his first 2 rounds. Look at the delight on the face of David Goffin. It was against Miomir Kekmanovic. As Nick said, he's got 1 win against Nadal, but it's at the tour finals, hard courts. Nadal wasn't quite as he should be. The 3 wins for Nadal, they have all come on clay.
We'll see how Goffin can go against Nadal. And what about for Petra Martic? Arms in the air as she beats Kristina Mladenovic 6-1, 6-2. Martic 14-2 in her last 16 on the red stuff, including a title in Istanbul, and disappointment for Kiki, who is out.
Daniela, this next one might have been the win of the day against an informed clay court player in Christian Garin. The 2015 champion, Stan Wawrinka, demolished him.
Yeah, definitely so. And I think Stan and Sloane are actually the 2 players that we must start to talk about more, because they are definitely dangerous. They know what it takes to get at least to the finals, in Stan's case, to actually win the tournament. So it's really interesting to talk about him as a dark horse. He should be actually one of the favorites. And when he's playing the way he was today, he definitely is.
It was a win today for Karolina Pliskova. No one talking much about the champion in Rome just a couple weeks ago. She's lost only 9 games in 2 rounds, and she moves through. She will face in the third round, Petra Martic.
And Stefanos Tsitsipas, he came from a set down against the Bolivian Hugo Dellien to become the third Greek man to reach the Roland-Garros third round. He's the sixth seed here. There's a lot of pressure on him. But all credit to Hugo Dellien. He quit the sport in 2016. He set up an ice-making business with his dad. Business wasn't good. He came back to tennis. And look at that celebration from Tsitsipas. That is what it means to him. He moves through to round 3.
And are we still debating, does he have the best hair in tennis?
Oh, right.
You were going to have a little
yes,
think about it.
I did think about it, and I got to go with Roger. I mean,
You're staying with Roger. Okay, I thought you might.
The waves of Tsitsipas,
The
no.
but imagine,
The
well,
headband and the
Roger
waves.
had it at some point as well,
did,
longer,
yes,
and
that's
it
true.
was good.
Well, she's not moving. She's
Yeah.
not budging.
I'm not
That's
moving
it.
away
It's not
from
gonna
Not
happen.
about you. Lots of results around the grounds today, including for a few French players. As it was round 2, day 4. Nicolas Mahut. What about this backup win over Philip Kohlschreiber? You also had a win for Corentin Moutet, taking out Guido Pella, the number 19 seed. Juan Ignacio Londero takes out Richard Gasquet, and it's a nice win for Kaya Kanepi, who's always a dangerous foe, no matter the surface.
Now, Eli is not there, but we're going to return to court Simone Mathieu because this one is going the distance. It was Daniela who said in the office, yes, this match is going to go on for a while. It is now because Dimitrov, Daniela, is taking it into a 5th.
I mean, what a great match this is, and what importance it has for both players, because both of them are looking for confidence to kind of start to have a good season, which hasn't been really working out for them. And it will be interesting to see how that new relationship between Radek Stepanek and Grigor is going to work out. And yeah, it's going to be a very interesting 5th set because both of these guys, they want it badly.
Okay, we're keeping an eye on that, but it's now time to check out what's been buzzing in the world of social media. Well, lots of players sharing images from around Paris, but first off, how about 2 French women, including a former champion here, Mary Pierce, and a selfie with Caroline Garcia.
Oh, that's so sweet. And it's always nice then that you have players that you admire when you're growing up actually commentating your matches or watching you play. It just gives you so much extra motivation when you have these legends of game as Mary was, and she, you know what the things she's done here for the tournament and for women's tennis in general. It's been incredible, and yeah, it's a beautiful moment for Garcia, that's for sure.
I'm just going to let you know that Benoit Paire is currently serving for the match against Pierre-Hugues Hubert. Now, Hubert had to see the trainer. Well, then again, as did Benoit Paire. But he sorted himself out, and we're going to keep you bang up to date with that. But the other thing we know about Roger Federer, according to Daniela, he has the best hair in tennis. He's also a massive football fan. So can you imagine his delight? Are you a football fan, Daniela?
I am. I'm more of a hockey in my country,
course.
but yes. But yep, I would take that photo any day.
This is Kylian Mbappe. He plays for PSG. He's just 20 years of age. He was their player of the year. He got 33 goals. An absolute star, Kylian Mbappe. And as I say, Roger Federer is a massive, massive football fan. So he'll have been delighted to take that photo and take that shirt.
Yeah, a lot of buzz around Paris and around France for the Women's World Cup that begins here in a few days' time. What about Lucie Safarova? She was a runner-up here in 2015 in the singles, and she's actually waving goodbye to the sport. Played doubles today alongside Dominika Cibulkova. They lost. She's won 5 Grand Slam doubles titles in her career, and you can also say one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet.
Definitely so. I mean, one of the, as you said, one of my best friends actually on the tour, and she's done so much again for our sport, and one of the I wouldn't say few, but she's the great example that you can be an amazing person and still be a great competitor, fighter on the women's tour. Because sometimes, you know, some girls, they think that you have to be aggressive to each other and really not talk to each other, and she was definitely one of the most friendly players out there, and she will be hugely missed. But you know, she's in a good place now. She settled down back in Czech Republic with her boyfriend, and she's in I think it's the best time for her to leave.
And Daniela and I actually went out for a coffee today in Paris for a video feature.
Oh, so that's why I was doing all the work back here. I wondered where you'd both gone.
We were having a coffee.
I see.
But if anyone knows where to get good coffee on tour, it's Lucie Safarova.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think because in our part of the world, the coffee is not as good, so we do our research big time whenever we visit cities like Paris or Rome or Australia, as we discussed, and we want to make sure that we always get the right treatment.
Yeah.
And Dusan Lavic owns a coffee shop in Serbia.
Oh,
just
yeah,
to keep
I want
your
to
coffee.
go to that.
Well, you two can go tomorrow. Just pop over. I'll be here. It's not a problem. Also here will be Eli. Now, Eli, you had a great distance to cover. How are you feeling?
Just chilling. Too easy. We just covered 8 kilometers in about 3 minutes. Ronaldo, the cameraman, he's still alive, so we're all good. From one packed court to another, we are now in Court Suzanne Longden, opposite side of the venue, and it is 5-5 in the fourth set after 2 hours and 43 minutes of play. Remember, this was a totally one-way match in favor of Benoit Paire, and somehow Pierre Garbert managed to bring himself back into this game until he managed to actually pick up the third set. And Benoit Paire just served for the match and was broken at love. So some nerves showing there. Now it's 30-love Pierre Garbert. So we've got ourselves a very exciting. We're going to stay right here and keep you posted on what's going on. And if we need us, we'll be here.
All right, so this time staying put, no running shoes included, which is good. We'll check in again with Eli, but it's time tonight to talk about our question of the day. Okay, Daniela, this was a big one for us when we were in our production meeting. Is Roland-Garros the most fashionable slam? What do you think?
Well, didn't I come with the question?
Yeah.
So
I think it was Danielle's question.
Why? Okay, so you obviously think yes, but why? Why is it?
Well, first of all, from players' perspective, this is the time when I think all the players get most excited what their outfit's going to look like. Because we're in France, we're in Paris. So obviously all the companies try to, make a statement. You saw it with Serena dress, always making something different. It's just to us, because after this we go to grass and it's got to be all white. So for players, this is where, you can experiment and just really feel the glamour of the city. Plus, I also feel like the spectators. I would go Rome and Paris, London, the most well-dressed people to come and watch the tennis event, sport even maybe in general. So, isn't that enough to defend my
But
my
you
question
even
here?
went one further when we were chatting. You gave each major a title. So
Yeah.
run through from Australia what they are.
Australia, it's the most fun. It's the beginning of the season. Everyone's laid back, and it's
a happy
summer.
slam.
It's a happy slam. Everyone's fresh, so happy slam, laid back. Paris is obviously the most stylish one. There's not even a question. This should not be even a question. Wimbledon, most class, most history, most respect from all the players. When you enter, it's just so special to be there. And then US Open is the last one. Most craziness. Most fun, I would say. Everyone loves to be in New York. Most excitement. It's just, and that's what, for every single player, that's why the season is so interesting, because you get so many different views and get to visit incredible cities. This is where the players are so lucky that, yes, they are busy with trainings and media and all that, but still, New York, Melbourne, Paris, London, I don't think there is too much to be complaining about.
Daniela says this isn't a question, but we put it out as a question on social media because we wanted to find out what you thought. We've got that poll coming soon. Before that, Eli's been out and about around the grounds here at Roland-Garros, asking a few of you, is Roland-Garros the most stylish, the most fashionable Grand Slam?
Is Roland-Garros the most fashionable slam of all 4 Grand Slams?
I would say so, yes.
Yes, it's very. Yeah, I'm very happy here.
And that's why you're very elegant?
Oh, sure.
I think so. Do you think I'm elegant?
I think you're extremely elegant.
Okay, thank you.
The French elegance is all over in this tournament.
Australia, it is as well. But I love it here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You have good people, nice people. They all good looking, so I will say yes.
Most of the people are coming here and to enjoy themselves at the French Open, to be seen and to see.
Well, being in Paris, you have to be fashion. Definitely, you have to try at least to be fashion.
Is Roland-Garros the most fashionable slam of all?
Yes, I would say yes.
And why?
French, Paris, they love the fashion. It's a fashion capital of the world. So, yeah.
Well, do I need more backup? Look at the people that were giving the answers. How well were they dressed? It just doesn't get any better.
To question that, we sent a Frenchman out, and I think he found people to try and sway this question
really
towards
did.
Roland-Garros.
Well, honestly, I gotta say, whenever I was packing for this tournament as a player, yes, I would get my outfits right for the matches. But then, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna have coffee in Paris. I got to dress up. It's like you almost bring not 2 suitcases, but at least 3 and 4 because you are in Paris. And you could just see it right there. I mean, you look at the crowds around, and most of the time the players don't really care what they dress and how they look in between the matches. But in Paris, it's just like, I'll tell you, 1 suitcase just to have coffee in Paris.
Okay, so the answer is clear here from the people in Paris and from the studio. But what about from all of you on social media? Over 10,000 votes on Instagram and on Twitter. And look at that. The answer is in. Yes, this is the most fashionable slam, 70 to 30. So there we go.
I mean, I still can't get over having a suitcase just to go out for coffee with clothes in. It'll be absolutely amazing. Now, though, someone who probably, they're not going out for coffee because they've got too much to keep an eye on. That's the Japanese press. They've got a world #1. They've got a world #7. They have other players together with that, and they are still going strong in this tournament, which is why they are the feature and the center of this piece with Nick.
It's already hard enough being one of the top tennis players in the world, but for Japan's Kei Nishikori and Naomi Osaka, that also means the glare of a national press corps that follows their every move wherever they go. The 2 athletes will be a pair of the biggest faces at next year's Summer Olympics in Tokyo. For Osaka, who was born in Japan, grew up in the U.S., and has roots in Haiti, that means working hard on her Japanese language skills. And to many, she represents a new multicultural Japan.
No, actually, I complain a lot in Japanese, but I mutter it, so you guys probably don't hear it, but yeah, usually when I'm complaining on the court, it's in Japanese, because I don't want people to understand the English.
She's still some kind of extraterrestrial persona for all the Japanese. She has this kind of deadpan humor that they don't really get. And she's working on her Japanese too, so she's getting there, but I think she's gonna get bigger and bigger, for sure.
For Nishikori, he moved to Florida to train at Nick Bollettieri's academy at the age of 12. And imagine this, he can't even live in Japan because of how big of a celebrity he is there.
There's a kind of a rock star aura to those 2 players when they come back to Japan. We get a third of the ratings when they are not here playing, or if they lose early in the tournament. So it's a lot of pressure on us too. But when they win, we kind of forget the fatigue and the stress, and we're so happy about it.
Splashed across newspapers, on the cover of magazines, all over TV in Japan, and with social media followings in the millions, you can imagine it could be all too much for Kei and for Naomi. But for them, that's where the tunnel vision comes in, as a nation waits, watches, and hopes as they win each of their Grand Slam matches. Just the Wow Wow production crew, over 60 people here from Japan, and that's just one TV station. I mean, can you imagine the amount of coverage that they get? It's pretty insane.
I can imagine that. I mean, I got really lucky to play with Ai Sugiyama doubles for a long time, and she was a superstar, big time there, and she was only #1 in the world in doubles. So what's going around these 2 guys, I can't even imagine. That's why I think it's a good thing that they are both based in Florida most of the time, because that's where they can really train and take their mind away from all the media attention. And also I believe that humbled attitude in their culture helps them believe that, you know, that attention is really just faked, and they are most importantly just tennis players, good people, and that's what they really take care about. And I think that's why they're able to handle all that attention that well.
Well, there's always some rumblings around the grounds when Rafael Nadal plays on court Suzanne Longland, when any of the top players go from Chatrier to Longland. How different are those 2 courts? That's always the question. And to help us understand that, we've got Camille Penn.
Hi everybody, I'm really happy to meet you again here in Roland-Garros. Today I want to talk to you about the two major courts. I'm standing right now in front of the center court, which is the oldest one, very nice one, very beautiful. You have flowers when you enter the court, you feel so comfortable on it. But it's really wide, so you're feeling that the public is far away from you. And when you're standing in the court, you're feeling that the lines are really bigger than on another court. And the surface is also a little bit slower than another court. Maybe that's why Rafa Nadal likes it a lot. As you can see, I'm standing right now in front of Suzanne Lenglen main court with my friend Suzanne up there, one of the best French player ever. And this court is a little bit different. Like the stands are closer to the court, so you feel shorter on the court, and the surface is a little bit faster as well, which I liked it. The only problem is that people are really high in the stands, so when you're tossing the ball serving, you can see people in the middle of your ball, and it's quite annoying. So I had to adapt myself when I play at Marin on this court, but it was a great experience. I love this court. If one day you have to come to Roland-Garros, I hope you know which court you would prefer with all the details I gave you. And we can see each other tomorrow for another topic. Bye-bye. See you later.
Thank you to Camille and her friend Susan. We're moving on now, and this evening we have put one of the world's best players under the Live at Roland-Garros spotlight.
Sounds right.
Really?
No, wrong.
Yeah.
It's false. It's
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
It has to be more, yeah.
5,667.
No. Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Almost 1,500 hours.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That could be true.
You know who did it? He's Austrian.
So it was me.
It was you.
It was me.
It was you.
Amazing, amazing. It's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's too much.
50,472.
I don't know if it's secret, but it's true. There is a tunnel, yeah.
That goes all the way?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that against Felix Mantilla.
Very good.
I have no idea if that is true. It would be pretty special, but I don't think it's true.
It's not. It's not. Ball boys? Good?
They are amazing. They're doing such a good job. I love them, all of them.
Okay, great.
Still live tennis going on around the grounds, and actually things have gotten even closer out on court, Suzanne Lenglen. So let's join again Eli Weinstein.
Yep. 3-3. Thanks, Nick. 3-3 in the tiebreaker. Benoit Paire just tried his 132,000th drop shot of the match, and this one stayed in the net. So it's a mini break for Pierre-Hugues. He's going to serve twice, could go up 6-3 and get himself 3 set points to tie this one to 2 sets all. Remember, he was down 0-2. He was down 2 sets to love. We were watching this from the office, and we were saying, okay, this one is going to be over. We'll never be able to be there. Tennis, what a great sport.
It certainly is. And Eli, I know you've got to whisper it, but you've got a special photo today, is that right?
Yeah, Daniela, I don't know if you can hear me. Sorry, I need to whisper.
We
but
can.
I can already.
Keep whispering.
Daniela,
Should
what
I
do you
keep
think?
whispering?
What do you think about? What can you tell us about these pictures?
Oh, okay. Now it's getting serious. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. You know what? It might be actually what we talked about yesterday, playing with Kim Clijsters under 14.
Oh,
this
wow.
might be even earlier than that. And
Yeah,
it
you
is
look
actually
under
from my
10
club. Under 12, yes, thank you. It is from my club where I grew up. Yes. What am I, 12 there, maybe?
Is it nice to see them again?
Oh, yeah, it is, I guess. I don't know what to think about them. Yeah, but it's crazy. I don't know if it was with you guys. Tennis players is something weird in our head. I see the one on the left. There was a match from a 75,000 challenger, 1990. I can't tell you the year, but I remember it was in my club. It's like we have a memory where we remember almost every. Like when I was still on the tour, I would remember every single match that the photo would be taken by. I don't know if that's crazy,
Yeah.
nuts, whatever, but I have to say it goes away with the retirement and things become more normal. But yes, you can relax and chill. But yeah, that's a nice little memory.
Thank you for that, Eli.
Thank you.
We're probably not going to be seeing you anytime
With
soon.
pleasure.
You're going to stay there and whisper and shout at people.
Well,
for a few
I don't need
minutes.
to whisper right now. I don't know if you can hear what's going on around me. It's madness. Benoit Paire up 5-4, serving, had 2 serves, so serving for the match essentially, and 5-5 now. So next point is either match point or set point. Atmosphere here is nuts.
Thank you, Eli. Look, he's just ignoring us. He's turning away. He just wants to get back to the tennis. I don't blame him. We're going to let you know what's coming up tomorrow, but just quickly said that Bianca Andreescu, the winner in Indian Wells, she had a lot of time off with shoulder problems. She went back to train. She did a little bit in Nadal's academy to get herself ready. She's withdrawn from her match tomorrow against Sofia Kenin. They are in Serena Williams' section. But here's what we've got for you tomorrow. There is Serena Williams against Karumi Nara. We've got Dominic Thiem, who we've heard from me moving through. Look at this on Susan Longland. Naomi Osaka, Victoria Azarenka, Novak Djokovic is there. Gael Monfils, Simona Halep. Wow, Daniel, that is a ticket to have. And then we have Sam Stosur, who's playing court Simone Mathieu. We've got Sasha Zverev, we've got Del Potro and Madison Keys.
What a ticket that is.
This is incredible. So if I asked you for a match of the day, do you have a match of the day? Was there one that...
I gotta go with Osaka Azarenka.
Yeah?
Yeah. We have
Simply.
hang on.
First
No,
time.
no, no. Are you saying
Of
that?
course I'm saying that. Are you saying
you
that?
guys, that's it. We're done. We've agreed, and the show's over.
There is no more.
I mean, that matchup is going to be insane.
I don't know why I have a feeling my Vika might do it actually. I mean, the way she played in the last match and Naomi not being as confident in her first round match, I just have a good feeling about Vika this time.
Okay, wow, no, great. So we've all agreed. I mean, there literally is nothing else to say because we've all agreed. To keep up to date with all the results, including Benoit Paire against Pierre-Hugues Guibert, go to Roland-Garros.com. You can also keep an eye on the app, which is where they're going to find us nightly from 7 o'clock.
Yeah, certainly. Tomorrow night, actually every night, this Roland-Garros, you can find us right here, 7 p.m. And for now, we say good night from Paris.
Good night.
Friends here.